Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the podcast. Most websites today have a problem. People visit, people scroll, and then they leave. No conversation, no connection, no conversion. I actually agree with this. Now, today's guest is solving that problem using AI, but not in the way most people think. We are joined by Alex Rajan, a voice AI entrepreneur who helps businesses turn passive websites into interactive experiences that can actually talk to visitors in real time. From losing everything in crypto to rebuilding through AI innovation, his journey is just as powerful as the technology he is building. Alex, welcome to Thoughts at Last. It's a pleasure to have you.
Amazing, Blessing. That was such a fantastic overview. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for hosting.
Yeah, you're welcome. So, Alex, here on Thoughts at Last, before we kick things off, I and my listeners, we want to get to know our guests. So, we want to know you on a personal level. So, can you tell us more about yourself?
Cool. So, I'm a national level athlete since childhood. So,
Wow.
I've been training from the age of 6 years, and I've been like playing in the nationals for almost like 12 years till the age of 22.
Wow.
And then eventually I started growing my interest into hacking. So I started learning ethical hacking, and I now currently work with some of the leading banks to secure their systems. And that's where my passion for uh, AI grew in, because I've been in the tech space for quite a long time, and it's been like really easy for me to pick things up and build something that is really meaningful. So what happened, I'll give you a small incident that happened in my life that forced me to take this trajectory.
Yes.
So it was November 2024, and I was having a surgery for appendix. And
Yes.
I was admitted in the hospital, and I couldn't check my phone. The thing is, so I've been trading since maybe 2011. So it's been like 15 years into the trading space,
Wow.
like trading into Indian stock markets, trading into crypto, and being
Yes.
a very good player in the trading markets. So even during COVID, I made like more than 100,000 um, and in profits, and it's
Wow.
really good, going good for me for from the trading perspective. And even I had resorted to trading as my retirement plan, because I'll be doing a full time trading even when I will be retired. So this was my
Wow.
plan going forward. Like, I had planned this in 2012 that I'll be retiring in 2022. That was the plan ultimately.
Yes.
But eventually things, I was going in the right pace, but eventually I didn't make up to the mark. So I still continued for trading for 2 more years, like in November 2024. I was even accepting clients, like for example, my friends who trusted in me, and they were all investing through me. So I was investing their money, and I was making profits for them, and I'm giving them the money back. So that
Yes.
was the model which I was following. And since I couldn't go through my phone in those 2 3 days, and there was a big market crash that happened on one of the days, which was around close to $1.2 billion being wiped out from the market. And
Whoa.
that was like really intense day for me as well, because even I had millions invested, and even I lost $1 million on that day. And it
Wow.
was it was one of the what do we say, like, I didn't have access to the phone, and when I woke up from my unconsciousness from the bed the next day, I see my wallet was empty, and I was like trying to refresh my wallet. Is it really some glitch or something, so what
Yes.
happened, so I was still in disbelief. Like, then I read the news, and I see that there was 1.2 billion market crash, and I was trying to understand what really happened. Like, this was like, I was unable to digest. Like, is this real? Like, is this
Yes.
really happening with me? Like, all my life savings is in the markets. All of people's money is in the markets. I have taken loans to invest and make profits from the markets. So, is this really happening? So it took me like almost some time to digest this. This is real, and it
Oh
almost
my
took
God.
me 3 months to, help my
Oh,
friends understand that, like the investors, basically I need to tell them that, hey, your money is lost and I need to pay you back. So I need some time to pay you back, and I need to convince you for, all these things. So
yes.
I was not prepared for that mentally. So it was chaos, like literally chaos going on in my. I was scared like anything, because it's your life savings. I've been trading for more than 14, 15 years, and you eventually build wealth over a period of time, right? So I was
Yes,
scared.
yes.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh
So
my God.
then,
Yes,
so
please
this was
continue.
combined. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I say please continue, continue. I'm just trying to process everything that happened. How were you able to, calm your friends down? I mean, this kind of stuff lands people in jail. People, because it's very difficult to convince, to make them understand this is what happened. You understand? It's not
Correct.
necessarily my fault. So how did you go about, trying to convince them that something happened in the market that was so abrupt, and because you were, away because of health issues, you were not able to check to be able to keep up with the markets. How were you able to convince them to make them understand you need time to be able to pay them back?
Correct. So the good thing is I still had the job. So I was still working as a security advisor for a company, for a bank.
Okay,
So,
wonderful.
and I was making good money from the salary as well. So I didn't quit my job because of the, even during the trading part. So that was just like a secondary uh, habit or a skill which I was following.
Okay, okay,
So
wonderful.
So the thing is, but I had loans. So half of my income used to go to loans, and from the other half, I had to pay for the investors. So the thing is, the good thing about the investors were they were all my friends. Like even over a period of time, we had built such strong relationship. Not only from
Okay,
work perspective, but also from hanging out together, and they know me in and out. They know me how I am, how even though I'm very aggressive and ambitious, but they know that how I will take care of them if something goes wrong. So I know
yes.
about
Oh
it.
wow. Oh wow,
So they
wonderful.
always trusted me, and they told me that, hey Alex, don't worry about the money. You give us back whenever you have it. You don't worry about that you will be able to give us back or not. So they agreed on this, and this was such an assurance for me that it gave me like wings. Okay, now I don't need to be scared about that aspect. Now I can focus on how to rebuild again and start moving
Yes,
forward.
yes. Wow.
Yeah. So this
Honestly,
was actually,
yes. Okay.
this didn't come up like by itself. So this was also combined by some other thing. Like for example, in my work, there was a change in the management. People are trying to cost cut. And there
Yes.
was like 5 members in our team who lost their job in 1 month, in the month of December 2024.
Oh
So
wow.
I lost my money in November 24, and in December onwards, I'm seeing that 5 people have been like removed, like what do we say, like terminated uh, in just 1 month. So that added to my pressure. And
Yes.
in the month of January till the month of May, like in 5 months, total 16 people left. Like you see the fear in the environment, like our team is cut into half. So the work pressure
Yes.
is mounting, and I'm every day feeling like I need to quit. Like the boss is like, no, no, you need to get these things done. He's threatening me. If you don't do this, you will be terminated as well. There is a constant threat going on in the office. And
Yes.
every time I see myself in the mirror, I'm looking like, is this really me? I had good amount of money in my account. I was of the opinion that if the boss ever threatens me, I will put my papers on the same day. That's the kind of thought process I had, like abundance mindset. And
Yes.
suddenly I am coming to a mindset of fear and like weak and vulnerable and suppressed under the boss, and I'm not able to do anything. They are
This
like
is
sitting on top
understand.
of me. Yeah, right.
Man, wow.
So I
How,
like I
how,
started gaining weight. Then I stopped gymming because of the stress. I stopped acting because I was taking acting commercials as well on the weekends. I stopped acting. I stopped dancing. So there was nothing. I was just like under the, like, what do you say? I will stay in just in my room, the whole day, and
yes.
trying to see how do I, what do I say? How do I get out of this? As I see no road going forward. That was the
Yeah.
state I was in. This is where the darkest moments of my life were.
Honestly, Alex, wow. This is what me. Lots of people would have given up. I know people, for a fact, I think I know people that would actually, if this happened to them, they may even, consider suicide. Do you know what it means?
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah,
God, that's
yeah,
scary. Honestly, Alex, you are a very, very strong-minded individual, and it's actually very
yeah.
impressive. Oh,
I
I'm just,
also feel
yes,
so this strong mindset came because of my sports background, because I've been a sportsman since childhood and I have lost races like so many times. I have seen failures in life. I have been through multiple injuries, because sportsmen are bound to injuries. So I've been
yes,
through that negative cycles in my life so many times that I have the desire to stand up again and keep things moving. So that's the only thing that helped me, saying that no, Alex, you are a fighter, stand up and you can move back. Again, it will take time to recover, but you can do it. Because every time you lose in a race, you go back to your playground, you start practicing to improve that 0.01 second. You practice for the whole year to improve that 0.01 second. So I think it's coming from the sports background I have, so that
yes.
helped me a lot.
Wow, honestly, Alex, how did you, decide to rebuild, and instead of giving up, how did you go about it? Aside
Correct.
the sports mindset, what actually gave
Yeah.
that motivation?
Yeah, that's a great question actually. So, in this dark phase where I was thinking, if I was fired from the job, I don't want to be fat and I don't want
Yes,
to be bankrupt at the same time. So
definitely.
so I thought at least let's fix the health first, because that could be health fixed quicker than the
Yes,
wealth. So I focused on the health part. So I started working out twice a day. I started going to the gym twice a day. I started doing cardio in the mornings and I started doing weight training in the evening. And I started to like rebuild myself, at least physically. And this made me feel so confident that, okay, I'm slowly getting back into the routine and I am more focused. I started practicing meditation, I started practicing affirmations. And the next thing which I started thinking is, okay, if I want to make, see, it is easier to build wealth from wealth, like for example through trading. Like for example, if you have $1 million, you can create another 500,000 again if you
yes,
invest that money, and you can make it out of it. But if you are zero, then it is difficult for you to reach that 500,000. So
definitely.
you get it, right?
Yes,
Yeah. So I was thinking I need to make the first 500,000, like, or let's say the first 100,000. So how do I do that? So I cannot do that from trading. So I need to start something of my own. What would that be? So I was thinking my core skill set is into tech. Now, what is upcoming in tech? The tech, the latest things which are coming happening is AI. Okay, then I
yes,
started realizing after hours, I will sit and read about AI. I'll sit like from 9 to 5 used to be my job. So 5 to 9 used to be my tech experiment. So I'll play with AI.
yes,
I will read about AI. I will experiment, fail. So this continued for almost like 6 months, 8 months, until I discovered about the voice AI solution. Now, voice AI, why I feel it's really passion, like fun about and passionate about is because people love to talk. People do not want to chat, and they want quick results. Like
exactly.
the the attention time span has reduced because of these short videos. So they want immediate results. So if they want to book an appointment or something, they will prefer to talk on the phone. So, or they will prefer to talk right away, like pick up the phone and talk to it. So this
Yes,
is where what inspired me, that voice will always overcome chats. So that's where I thought about, like, currently all these websites which we have are totally silent. Like for example, it's full of text, it's full of images, and animations are added just to capture the attention of the user, to
yes,
engage the user, to make them stay longer. But it is still like a silent billboard, like when you see a silent billboard on the road, how do you feel?
yeah.
Yeah, like you
I
just
mean,
watch at it
I
and you move forward.
yes, I just look at it and just like, I just continue my journey.
Yeah, right. Correct.
Yes.
So this doesn't add value to a viewer. So how do I add value to a viewer? Now think of a scenario wherein you pass by a clothing store, you see a mannequin, and what if that mannequin could actually speak? You know, that would be so much fun, right? The
That
clothing
would mind
store,
blowing.
yeah, the
Yeah.
clothing store will be like surrounded by all the people around. Like looking at what's actually happening. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. So similar way, I thought of like now when you go to a restaurant, if they give you a blank menu, like a menu without a waiter, there is no waiter over there. There is no one to take your orders over there. It's just a plain menu over there. So how would you feel? Would you feel treated? Would you feel that because a customer when they enter into a restaurant, they always want to ask questions like what is the speciality of this restaurant, what is fresh over here, what is the best thing that the chef can cook over here, what is available quicker, all these things. But if it's
Yes.
only a menu, they won't have those ability to ask these questions. They will not feel valued, they will not feel acknowledged, right? So
Yes.
we are currently giving the same experience to the users of the website. So everyone who comes to your website, they're feeling the same way, because they're just reading stuff and going away in 2 minutes. So based on the stats, it is understood that 96% of your website visitors drop away in 2 minutes.
Wow.
Now, what if like out of 96% who are dropping away, this is happening because no one is engaging with them, so what if you engage with them in that 2 minutes? In that 2 minutes, let's say if they want to ask, hey, what services do you offer, what are your working hours, can I have a booking for tomorrow, and they will, if they could ask these three simple questions in their 2 minutes with your website, can you
Yes.
imagine the level of conversions that you have? It's like
Wow.
you going to a restaurant and like 96% of the customers of your restaurant are going back. Now imagine if a waiter is placed over there, how much amount of customers will sit there, talk to the waiter, and actually get things for you. So that's the level
Yes.
of
Yeah.
increase which we see with having a voice AI on the website.
Wow, I love the way you described it. It's like a restaurant, You go to a restaurant, for example, there's no waiter, there's no anybody. You just go there, you sit down, and you're hoping that the what's it called? The owner of the restaurant or the cook in the kitchen will be able to guess what you want to eat. Or
Exactly, right? Yeah,
or
it's not going to
yeah,
happen like that. Correct.
yeah, or you'll be forced to you go and meet the cook directly and start explaining to him or her what you want, as opposed to you come, you sit down, a waiter comes and meets up with you and asks you, what do you want to eat, what do you want for lunch or dinner. I think that idea, when you kind of like implement it on the website, where you just come into the website and you can like, oh, you can talk to someone, oh, look at this, because
Exactly.
most times when you try to even talk to a chat bot, it doesn't even, because of the fact that they feel maybe you already know what you want to do on the website. The chatbot isn't too, how would I say, it's not necessarily that, should I say, powerful, or I don't know how to articulate it. Kind of like what you're
Quick,
looking for. The chat quick.
real
I
time.
think I think
Yeah.
that would be the word. The chatbot won't be able to give you what you want, and before you eventually get to talk to a real person, or at least a much more capable chatbot, you have to wait a few minutes. Which, like you said, most people, they are 2 minutes is their threshold. After 2 minutes, they are gone. They've
Yeah.
left your
Yeah.
website, which is just mind blowing. Now,
Exactly. Exactly.
you mentioned
No.
things like booking appointments or filling forms. How can AI make this faster?
Yeah. Let me elaborate more on this. Now, for example, when you go to a restaurant and let's say if there is no restaurant like service guy like or the waiter to service you,
Yes.
imagine the restaurant saying, fill this form and we will cook it for you in the next 24 hours.
Oh, hell no.
So this is the kind of experience the customers are feeling on your website. So when they fill up the contact form, what do you say is, we will get back to you in 24 to 48 hours. This is not what a customer is looking for. They want results
Yeah.
now. They want to get their answers now. So if you
No.
do not give them the answers now, they're definitely hopping on to the next competitor.
Yes.
So So what happens is, in a voice AI kind of a scenario,
Yes.
now what we do is we actually understand your business first. What is your business about? How it What are your working hours? What are your services? And what is your personality of your business? And then we feed this information into the AI, and we actually implement a small mic kind of a icon, like a small mic kind of an agent. It looks like a
Yes.
mic on your website, and it is installed on your website. So whenever a user scrolls through the website, they can click on the mic button and they can just ask questions in real time.
Wow.
So the agent is trained enough to answer those questions in real time. So it doesn't need to be transferred like a call to you, or it doesn't need to, ensure that your availability is there. It will run 24/7. Like a, it's like a receptionist whom you are placing on the front door, but
Yes.
24/7 on your website. It's like that. And
Wow.
it can take all your queries. It can answer all your um, I have even trained, for example, voice ais in a way that it can handle objections as well. Like if you are saying that you do not have time, you do not have money to buy something, it can handle sales objections, like a real one of the best salesperson in the world. So I've trained it like that. So let me
Wow.
give you, can I give you one example of it, like how it's implemented in a hospital or an insurance industry?
Yes.
Cool. So, when you go to uh, buy an insurance, you are so confused because there is health insurance, there is commercial insurance, there is travel insurance, there is
It's car
term insurance.
insurance.
Yeah, mortgage loans. Sorry, so many things are there. So many insurance are there. So, when you look for an insurance, even in health insurance, when you compare with different industries, different companies, sorry, my mistake. When you
Yes.
compare insurance across multiple insurance providers, you realize that there are subtle differences across each. But you exactly are unsure what is the difference, right?
Yes.
Like, for example, some insurances might cover for dental, some insurance might cover critical illnesses, some insurance might cover vision related, eyes related things, some are different for smokers and drinkers. So there is a when you buy an insurance, you are still not 100% sure about what is included in it. You exactly come to know what is included only when you fall sick. And when you start claiming for it, at that time you realize, oh, this is not even covered in my insurance.
Yeah.
So to avoid these kind of scenarios, this happens because, in an insurance policy, it's all written in small, small text, which you never care to read. You miss out on so many things.
Yes.
So these kind of situations could be avoided if there is a simple voice AI assistant on your website. The customers would feel so much clarity. They would get so much clarity. They can come to your website and they can ask, hey, so I'm looking for an insurance for my health. Can you tell me what would be the best and the most suitable insurance for me? And your voice AI assistant will answer, we have this max gain plan, or protect your life plan, something like that, and this
Yes.
cover this things. The customer would ask, hey, so I have some toothache going on and I want to do some tooth root canal treatment. So do you think this is covered in this insurance? Does it cover dental insurance? The voice AI assistant can immediately answer that no, this is not covered, or yes, this is covered. And if it is covered, to what limit, like how much US dollars it is covered. So the customer gets that clarity within 2 minutes of getting the insurance, or he feels confident enough, okay, this is the right plan for me, let me buy it right now. So that
Yes.
increases the conversions to a huge extent. And not only that, now there are, let's say, 10 insurance providers, and 9 of them are having that small text on the policy, which is so confusing, and it has lack of clarity. But this one website, one of your competitor is using this voice AI solution. All the customers who are using this voice AI solution will definitely recommend all their friends to go check out this insurance provider because he provides more
Definitely.
clarity. He gives answers on the spot. He will not make you fill up a form which is very long, and he will not make you wait 24 to 48 hours. He will help you with all the questions right then and there, So that
Definitely,
increases your
yes.
referral rates as well.
Wow. Now, do you think websites, what you're trying to implement, making websites fully conversational, do you think it's eventually going to become a mainstream, like a
Yes.
normal thing?
Yeah. Going forward, it's going to be a mainstream because, see, think like this. When the websites were invented, like maybe 1990s or something, it was full
Yes.
text.
Yes. It
Yeah.
was like Wikipedia. You couldn't
Yeah,
necessarily do
exactly. It was
anything.
like Wikipedia. You got it very correctly.
You could not
But
interact with
then,
the website.
correct. So then people identified that the visitors of the page are not staying on that page. There is no retention. People are just going away. And that's when they started adding images to the website. So the website became like having images of the business, how it looks like, how their staff look like, all these things came up so that they
Yes.
increase retention, on the website. Then they still identified that, okay, it has some same common images, like this, it is not like customized and all. Then they realized that the retention is still falling, and that's when they added image animations so that it adds that wow effect. So
Yes. Yeah.
it is to again to improve retention, it is to again improve engagement with the website. So till now, if you see, it's adding up layers after layers. So this is that next layer wherein people will be installing, like having voice AI assistants on the website, so that people can talk to and engage with the website in real time. They can get their queries answered in that short span of attention time they have. So yeah, this
Wow.
is gonna be mainstream. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. That's awesome. So I want us to backtrack a little bit. Now, what did losing everything teach you about business and life?
Pardon, what did I?
I say, what did losing everything teach you about business and life?
What did I learn? You're asking what did I learn?
Yes. What did you learn?
Okay. So the key thing is to not give up. So I have been through this state so many times in life. And when life knocks you down, it's important that you stand up again one step at a time, like one day at a time. Take your time, pause. There are certain things which you cannot control. So leave those
Yes,
things which are out of your control, focus on the things which are in your control. What are the things in your control? Your reaction to it, your emotions, how you react to it are under your control. So
yes,
when you can control those things, channelize those emotions and that energy into something fruitful and beneficial for you, instead of creating chaos in your life. So
yes,
I cried. It's not like I didn't cry when I was in the darkest space. I cried. But I didn't let it affect me. I ensured that, okay, this is going on in my life. I acknowledge it. I'm aware about it. And now to to overcome it, what is the next thing I would do? What is a solution to it? So if you don't laugh on the same jokes again and again, then why cry on the same problems again and again?
Oh wow. Yeah. I
Yeah.
love that.
So
I love that statement.
yeah. So this was like why am I like lamenting on something which is happening like again and again? So let's focus on things that can help me move forward. So one thing is which I learned is never give up. Like it's coming from my childhood. Like if my competitor like chases me in my 100-meter sprint, I will
Yeah.
not give up. I will go back to the track. I'll practice the whole year and I'll come back and chase him. So that's
Yes.
the attitude I come with. Yeah.
Wow. Honestly, Alex, I love the way you just explained everything and made some clarifications for us just now. And to add to everything you said, it's kind of like this. In this life, there are so many things that you can not control. You can only control a few things. And
Yeah.
my one of my belief is one of the beliefs that I have is now a lot of things are going to happen to you in this life that you will not even be aware of, you would never expect, and you cannot control. But at the end of the
Correct.
day, how you react to that situation is definitely 100% within your control and is your responsibility. So, for example, building, working so hard for years, building so much wealth, and have it all gone in an instant. That is so unexpected, and it was definitely something that was somewhat beyond your control. But how you
Correct.
reacted to the situation, you understand? You use, because that was the
Yeah.
only thing left. Your mind. How
Yeah.
do you react to what has happened to you? Do you remain downtrodden? Do you remain beaten down, and do you break yourself down the more and just fall into depression and eventually, become an alcoholic, or as some people would, they would just fall to the
Correct.
point that they would commit suicide?
Yeah.
Or do you
Yeah.
pick
Yeah.
yourself up, start building, okay, what can I do? What do I have? What other skills do I have? What other resources do I have? How can I build myself back up again? Which was what you did. And like you said, being in sports, being someone that was already very active, exploring other aspects of life enabled you to you wanted that freedom again. You wanted to go back to that point where you were, which I think is also very important. Alex, this has
Correct.
been a very powerful conversation, about resilience, innovation, and how technology can actually change the way we connect. I actually love your idea about, having websites, making it's essentially bringing websites alive. Imagine you open a website, hello, welcome
Yeah.
to W Oh my, and I'm like, say
Yes.
what can we do for you today? And I'll just be like, well, I heard this is a website where I can come and buy. Oh, you want to buy the next thing? The website will just open a page and show you the products there. I said, man, I'm trying to imagine. It's just going to be mind blowing. Honestly, that
Yeah.
experience alone is going to cause so much traffic on your server. You need to get
Correct.
more server space. And
Yeah.
have
Exactly.
you do you have a website that maybe my listeners could check out where you have implemented this?
Yes, definitely. So it's heymickey.ai. That's the brand we are building. So it's HeyMickey, heymickey.ai.
Wow. I'm
And we have the
definitely
voice
going to.
AI assistant on the website. You can talk to it in real time as well.
Wow. Is it, what about if you do it like this, where someone just opens, a website, then the next thing, hey, welcome. Wouldn't the website need access to, the person's speakers on their phone?
Yeah, they would need access to the microphone on their phone, or if there is on there on the laptop, they will need to provide access to that. On it will show the pop up on the browser, because the website is
Okay.
loaded on the browser. They will see
Yes.
the pop up like, would you like to give access to the microphone on the site? They will click yes, then they can talk to it.
Awesome. I'm just trying to imagine, you open the website, and the next thing you see is, would you want to grant access, give access to your microphone and speakers? Then you say yes. Then the next thing here is, hey, welcome to www. What can we do for you today? And it's just going to be mind blowing. It's
Yeah.
also it's almost like some kind of sci-fi level kind of stuff, something. So wow.
Yeah,
Honestly,
but
Alex,
like you
it's
rightly mentioned, it's making the website alive. Like it's
yes,
a dead website right now. It's gonna speak soon. Yeah.
yes, wow. It's been a pleasure to have you on my podcast. Thank you for sharing, this wonderful idea. And it's not just an idea, it's actually quite practical. You've already implemented it, and I'm going to
Yes.
incentivize my listeners to check it out. Don't forget heymickey.ai for everyone
Yes.
listening. So, Alex,
Thank
before
you
we
so much for hosting me. This was such a fantastic conversation. I love it. It was
eh,
so good.
yes, anytime, Alex, anytime. Alex, before we wrap up, do you have, any finishing thoughts, any food for thoughts for I and my listeners?
Um, just try out Hey Mickey. This is applicable for hospitals. It's applicable for insurance companies. So if you are a local business owner, maybe a salon or dentist or cosmetic companies, if your listeners are one of any of the local service owners, then definitely try out Hey Mickey. It's gonna be super fun. All the customers of the local service owners will be so happy with this. It makes their life so simple. Like they can book an appointment even just by talking on the phone while crossing a road. They
Wow.
don't need to even look into the phone as well. And you
Yes.
are maybe you will be relieved by almost like 4 hours in a week easily. So in a month, you will save more than 16 to 20 hours easily. So that's a great game changer for you.
Yes, and for everyone listening, another set of persons that would actually benefit so much from this are visually impaired people. You understand? All they have to
Oh
do is
yeah,
just tap on the website's link, and the moment they enter the website, you can immediately maybe they will have someone assist them to be able to grant the website access to their microphones and speakers. And after that, visually impaired people can on their own book appointments,
exactly,
fill forms and do it's just amazing. Honestly, Alex, you've built an
exactly.
amazing product, and I really hope the world comes to discover and begin to implement it. Such a pleasure to have
That
you on
would
my
be great.
podcast. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you so
Alex.
much, Blessing. Thank you
Yes,
so much. I really
yes,
appreciate that.
yes. Thank you so much, Alex. Alex, please do have a wonderful day. Continue pushing out your project. I think it's absolutely fabulous and it's very beautiful. And I think it's going to, become one of the biggest things of maybe this decade, honestly. And do
Thank
have a
you.
wonderful day and do take care of yourself.
Amazing. God bless you in abundance as well.
Yes, thank you so much, Alex. Bye bye. Take care.
Bye. Take care. Yeah. See you.
Also, don't forget to leave a review on the podcast. It helps me to find, more amazing guests like yourself.
100%. 100%.
Okay, awesome. Awesome. Take care, Alex.